Oh, I forgot I was recording. Hi guys, it's Laurel Ann. I'm here today to talk to you about my autumn favorites. I feel like I just did my summer one like 2 days ago, but it was actually several months ago. Autumn always feels like it's way too short. Like, I do kind of think of every season as being 3 months, but you know, it just gets really cold really soon and really dark really quickly, and I just wish that true fall could last just a little bit longer. Wouldn't that be nice? So, you know what a favorites video is. I'm just gonna talk about my favorite things that I did, bought, consumed in the season of autumn, which is September through November, if you didn't know somehow. So I've had a couple of fun experiences this autumn. One was seeing the touring cast of Six the Musical in Glasgow. It is a musical about Henry VIII's Six Wives, and it's presented as like a pop concert where they each kind of sing a song and are sort of arguing about who had the worst life. It's just really fun and uplifting and like kind of feminist. It's quick, it's energetic. Great vocals, great dancing. It was a great evening. If it's coming to your city, I recommend going to see it. It's also playing Chicago right now, and it's going to Broadway in the spring. So if you are a musical theater person in America, you will also have a chance to see this. I also went back to Prague for 10 days at the end of October to visit a bunch of my friends who still live there. That was really nice. Just a really relaxing autumnal trip. The weather was gorgeous. It was really fun. But the best part of that trip was going to my friend Teresa's house in the mountains by the German border, and we went mushroom picking in the forest, and I felt like a little fairy tale character with my basket and my mushrooms. And then we went back to her house and we made the mushrooms into food we could eat, and it was just so fun. And I've never seen Czech people as enthusiastic as they were while we were mushroom hunting. And there is something really rewarding about foraging for food and then eating it. You know, it kind of makes you feel like you're from a different time when things were simpler. So food-wise, I can't say I've really tried much that is particularly new to me, but I have been learning to bake bread, and it's really fun and rewarding. I love a good soup in the autumn as well, and there's just something a little fancy about when you can pull a loaf of bread out of the oven and dip it in your soup that you've made. Very good. I also made burgers a couple times and made my own burger buns, and that was just like, who knew? I have a fashion favorite this autumn, and that is dungarees or overalls. I have come to prefer the word dungarees. Sometimes I call them dungos, which is just a delightful word to say. I have acquired 2 pairs of dungarees in the last few months. Both of them are from Lucy & Yak, which is a sustainable clothing company based in Brighton. Their dungarees are just really comfy, and for a sustainable clothing company, they're not that expensive. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I don't really shop fast fashion anymore. So generally I just buy secondhand clothes. With Lucy & Yak, I know that it's made sustainably and what's the word I'm looking for? Ethically. It's a company I can feel good about supporting. Last favorites, I talked about how TV was disappointing me, but luckily TV got good again. We've got all our autumn shows coming back. The Good Place has been wonderful. Bake Off was a delight as always. Maybe not my favorite season ever, but you know, it's Bake Off. It makes you smile. UK Apprentice is on. It's I know, like, as Americans, we think that The Apprentice is just an evil, terrible show run by an evil, terrible man, but UK Apprentice is top-notch entertainment. I finally watched Fleabag, which, like, I'm equal parts sorry that I didn't watch it sooner and glad that I got to watch it for the first time, because it is probably the best storytelling I've ever seen on screen. But what I really want to talk about, now that I've listed every TV show, is BoJack Horseman. The new season, well, the first half of the new season came out a few weeks ago, I watched them all in a couple of days, and I say this about every season of BoJack, but I think it was the best round of episodes yet. It's both delightful to see this character like getting his life together, but also I'm filled with dread over what's gonna happen to him and his friends. It's just the saddest, most heartbreaking, most frustrating, and most hilarious show that is on TV right now, and yeah, I just love it. I'm sad that it's ending, but also happy that it's gonna be wrapped up anyway. So I haven't seen very many films or even watched many movies at home lately, but a few weeks ago I went to see Ready or Not in cinemas, and it was really fun. Ready or Not is about a young working class woman who marries into a family who has made their fortune from games, and on the night of her wedding she discovers that they have a family tradition that everyone who marries into the family must play a game with the whole group, and she draws the card that says that she has to play hide and seek, but the twist is that if they find her, they will kill her. Ooh. It was just really fun. The comedy is like pretty good. It got my heart racing at times. Samira Wiley, I think is her name, she was really good. She can scream really well. That is a skill that I admire. And I think it was also really good socialist propaganda, so. My favorite book this season, I think, would have to be In Our Mad and Furious City by Guy Gunaratne. I reviewed this just in my last wrap-up, so I feel a little repetitive talking about it right now, but it is about a poor / working class community in northwest London in the days following a really serious crime, although the characters that we follow in the book have nothing to do with the crime. They are just dealing with the repercussions of what has happened and how their entire community sort of gets cast in this light. It's a really good story about class and immigration and fascism. Yeah, it's really good and I want more people to read it. It's an important and powerful and well-written story. My favorite video is a tie between Claire Saffitz making Hot Pockets and this video of Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner being stoned as heck.
What up, guys? Joe Jonas here. I just want to give you a word of encouragement. You guys have been kicking major ass this season. I'm so proud. I've been to one game. I expect to come to many others.
I'm proud too. I love you guys. You're the best.
You're the best.
Congratulations.
Coach Franklin, we're so impressed with you.
Woo!
He leads that team all the way to victory. We can't wait to see you guys take this thing all the way. Best of luck. You got this. Right, Soph?
You got this!
Yeah!
The way she says, I'm proud too, is the funniest thing I can imagine, and I just can't stop watching it. I have sort of been off of audiobooks lately. I don't know why. I just haven't been focusing on them very well, haven't really wanted to listen to them that much. So I've started a lot of new to me podcasts, and my favorite of these is the Anthropocene Reviewed, which is John Green's podcast. Sort of just like short form creative essays about all manner of random topics, read aloud by John Green. He talks about things from the movie Harvey to the Taco Bell breakfast menu, sunsets to rock, paper, scissors, just a lot of really random stuff. And a lot of times he ties it into his personal experience with these things, or one episode that particularly spoke to me, he reviews sycamore trees and he talks about depression in a really beautiful way. I've listened to that episode probably like 3 or 4 times. I am almost finished listening to every episode and I only started listening to it like a week ago. I've been hearing about this podcast for a while and I'm glad I finally listened to it. So you should check it out as well, maybe, if you like podcasts. It can be a little bit hard for me to pin down my favorite thing that I've read online just because there's so much of it. It kind of slips my mind once I read it. But one thing that has really stuck with me since I read it last month in Electric Literature is an essay called There's Nothing Hungrier Than a Scary Woman. No. Oh my god. There's Nothing Scarier Than a Hungry Woman by hold on, I forgot to look her up, by Laura Mall. This is just an essay about how quite often in horror there are scenes of women eating and how female hunger is sort of forbidden to the point where we associate it with being something scary. And I just think it's really powerful and also really sad because I don't personally have like huge problems with food, but I know a lot of people close to me do, and so I just really appreciated this point of view, and I also really like horror movies. Okay, that's it. I hope this video looks okay, even though I filmed it in the dark. What kind of things have you been enjoying this month? I want to know. I want to discover new things. It can be hard sometimes, you know? Thanks for hanging out with me. It's great to be here. See you later.